Hello everyone, welcome to Basically Anything. I'm your host Spider and accompanied by my friend Adam.
Hey everyone.
And today's topic is Overwatch. Now, I've never played Overwatch, but I will say that I have met a couple people who have played Overwatch, and they're okay, honestly. But when they are playing Overwatch, and I have seen them play Overwatch before, they zone everything out. They are just they're invested in this game. If you try to talk to them, they'll tell you to fuck right off. And I just think of the Overwatch community as salty. How about you, Adam?
I have to agree on that one. Definitely have to agree with that one because I have played it. Um, and for the first time, like playing around, it's a pretty good game. You're probably gonna have fun for like I don't know, the first few matches, but until then, when you start playing like the real game, like competitive and quick matches, definitely competitive. It becomes a total shit show, including with the new recent updates and how the player base reacts to it. It's pretty fucking toxic.
Yeah. Now, I have viewed. When did Overwatch come out? 2016.
Yeah, 2016. I
Yeah.
bought the game like a year later, and yeah,
Yeah, with Overwatch, when it first came out, my first initial reactions on it were that it's a TF2 clone, which I still hold. To this day, I still hold. I'm not sure of the actual mode in the game, but one huge piece of evidence that I can connect that it is a clone from TF2 is the payload from TF2 is I do not know the name of it in Overwatch. I'm pretty sure it's also known as payload. And that mode in general, I take that a lot from TF2. Some of the characters are similar, like Tracer and Scout from TF2, and uh, I just thought it as a huge ripoff. And then the game came out, and I think that the only reason it did good was because of Blizzard.
yeah, that should be, yeah, that should sum it up right there.
Now you've said you played Overwatch, correct?
Yeah, I have, and this is the biggest mistake I've ever done.
What are some of the people who play Overwatch? What are they like?
Well, they're very caring people, they're very positive, they'll talk to you in a kind way and they won't really call you racial slurs or anything like that, like other of those fandoms, or whatever the hell. But,
Mm,
it's a very helpful well, I wish it was, but in reality, it's just full of fucking salty people and weeaboos.
yes,
It,
I've seen
I
a
can
bunch
even
of
prove this.
weeaboos.
Like I've played the fucking game. I have my experiences with it, and that's literally what the fucking community consists of. Just these angry, upset people who complain about heroes, and then later try to report you and record you for whatever the fuck. You can even watch it on YouTube. It's like dozens of fucking videos of like uh I don't know, the most toxic player in the lobby or some shit. It's everywhere and on YouTube. It's so fucking annoying to see. And like I say to myself, this is why I don't fucking like. I stopped playing Overwatch, and I just
Yeah.
asked myself, like, I shouldn't give this game a try. I mean, I just kind of feel dumb at this point.
Yeah, no, with Overwatch, I like to avoid this as much as possible in our podcast because I do not like talking about it. But it's such a big part of the Overwatch community. I think I have to mention that, and that is the use of Rule 34 in the community. I think that all the characters, not by Blizzard's, concepts of the characters, but just as the community took it, is very, very lewd, so to say. Like, there's a bunch of images on Tracer and just. Widowmaker back in the day, I'm pretty sure that was also 2016 where they
Yeah,
removed that.
it was all in 2016 that one that started to rise.
Yeah, they started removing that one. What was it? Her pose or whatever, where she was
Yeah,
flashing her butt
yeah,
cheeks.
it was a pose for Tracer. They updated it. fucking ridiculous thing to do because it's
Yeah.
by some parent or something. Yeah.
Yeah, and now, I'm asking you these questions since you have played Overwatch. So how does the game play out? Does it like is it actually fun, excluding the player base and all the lewd images?
With if the player base wasn't so butthurt and salty, the game would have been like a great experience for me and for like instead of all the if it was only a good community like no fucking like racial slurs, no like death threats and all that, like if everybody just played the game and tried to have fun in the lobby, quick match competitive, it could be a great game. But like for me, every time I fucking play the game, every match, it's worse and worse and worse. Nobody has mics. They'll just, fuck up the whole objective. I'll try to play the game right, and then I'll just end up have some douchebag yell at me for like not playing the game correctly, even though I'm fucking literally trying to play objectives and like competitive, and it's just all that's dumb shit. And
Yeah. Now,
if I just it should it's just fucking retarded, and that's why I just probably like gave up on it. I mean, look, Overwatch isn't a dying game. It's not. It still has some people playing on it, but I think people need to realize that this game isn't fucking nice. It's just full of dipshits, and yeah.
yes, and I have noticed and heard a lot of people in that game, and I find it really bad how you'll choose, like, I don't know, another character I know, Soldier
It,
76. You'll choose him, and let's just say he's bad. I don't know, but let's just say he's bad. People will harass you on that game because you've chose that one
oh
character.
yeah, I've gotten that a lot actually. Competitive DPS or even playing as a support tank or whatever, and yeah, that'll fucking happen literally. And I have some guy on the mic telling me to swap fucking healer, and I said, well, I mean, somebody else could do it. I mean, we have our team's a little out of balance, so why don't you cast somebody else? Because I'm pretty good at like shooting and as DPS or getting good headshots, and it'll just end so badly, and we'll just this guy fucking ends up uh threatening to report me or some shit, and some guy that doesn't have a fucking mic will mess through PSN calling me some faggot or something.
No,
Oh, that's another use. That's another extreme use in the game. That's very common. It calls also racial slurs. And if I say that, then of course people are gonna go witch hunt after me, like they did with PewDiePie.
yeah.
Yeah.
No,
But all
I,
right, go on.
I have another question. Is there any progression in the game? Like, let's just say you compete in a match and you're gonna get like new items, new weapons, new abilities. Is there anything like that in the game?
There is actually. There's leveling up and leveling up your competitive rank or something. Like, I think if you get a certain, like, if you get gold, you get like these little points. You can spend it on gold weapons, and that's another thing. A lot of people will go fucking try hard for gold weapons. And I got one just so just to show off a bit and whatever. And it looks all right, but you'll start to see a lot of that. People will start fucking like boasting about it. I've heard that that's like a rare occasion with somebody else on on the competitive mode, and yeah.
Yes. Now,
But
I
as for leveling up, right? The leveling up, it's like okay, when you level up, you get a loot crate. I think I know why the game is so replayable because when you level up, you earn a loot crate, and that loot crate contains it'll mostly fucking contain like some blue tier or gold, not blue or white tier, type items, and people will always go for that shit, and they always get it. And the best one is go for like they try to go for legendaries. They'll even spend loads of fucking money in the new events. That the events is something I want to actually talk about because that's what
Mhm.
probably keeps the game alive. Those events. And I want to get to that later. But as for like the loot crates, people will just like spend their fucking money on like loot crates and stuff like that, and try to get a good skin and fucking show it off to whatever.
Yeah, no, I I'm gonna go back to the fan base. I've seen some videos earlier today that show that show uh, I'm gonna just call them younger people because I'm not, they sound 12, but I'm pretty sure they're a lot older. What they'll do is they'll have stock images of like a comic or something from Overwatch, and like the people will get together and read this whole comic as if they were those characters. And I've seen people in public, you know, just keep on quoting their main, and I'll be honest, that's pretty cringy, and I don't know how you feel about that, Adam. I really don't.
It's I have in one existence in high school. I was, I bought a Overwatch shirt because I got into the game. That's the time I didn't realize how bad it was. But I bought a Overwatch shirt, and it was with Soldier 76 on it, and some guy, he screams across, like, at the entrance of the school, right? He screams, "Oh, Soldier 76." He quotes, "I've got you in my sights," and I started laughing, and I was like, "So yeah," and it's a very cringy experience. I said that's like the first ever outburst I had with whoever on my shirt. I'm like, "Oh God, I think this shirt is a curse, but a blessing." Like that outburst, it was just fucking pure gold, and yeah.
Oh man. So now Overwatch does have a story, correct?
Yeah, it does. But
It's,
it's mostly in the comics. In the game, there's the only lore you're gonna get is interactions, and of course this uprising event that always happened. But yeah, um, the story is mostly into the comics. People just play the game just for like the gameplay, and there's only like a little bit of lore into the actual game. If you want to get to the juicy parts, you gotta watch the not watch but read the comics onto the Blizzard thing. Now, I will say this: the story it's pretty good. It actually has a decent story. But if you were to ignore the game, ignore the fan base, ignore all that cringe, and read the comics, it's pretty entertaining. It's like actually reading a comic book, and I like the style of that. But a lot of people take the style as some fucking anime. To me, I take it as like it's like just like some comic book. Just a bunch of heroes and all that, just trying to fight bad or whatever, and trying to
try to show their butt cheeks in a sexual position. Is that part of
no,
the comic?
no, that's part of the game. That's the game. We're talking about the comics, sir. There's
Okay,
two different
okay.
things. The comic, which is fucking free,
But
you can
but
actually
on
get it.
YouTube, I heard little kids reading their own comic that they
Oh
created.
god,
So
yeah,
is that
that's
canon? Hmm?
no,
Are you talking about those
that's
comics?
it's
I'd rather read those.
not that comic. No, that's the cringe ones. No, I've never even heard of that. You just brought that up. Holy shit.
It reminds
That's
me.
like a fan. That's like those Tumblr fan fictions of like 2013.
It
Fuck.
reminds me of those Homestuck. Like what they'll do is they'll like have a thing on Tumblr, and it's all like, oh, ask this Homestuck character this, and then they'll read it in that voice. That's what it reminds me of, and it's so cringe. It's so bad. And what I've seen is all the people at my school that play Overwatch are just super edgy and cringe. And I don't know if that's everybody, but there's a lot of people at my school that are just so edgy about that game. And those are also the people that I see watching anime, wearing those Tokyo Ghoul shirts. And I really do not like to talk to them either.
Hmm.
I find it funny how every our last podcast, everyone we've talked about, I'm just like I do not want them near me at all. I'm just one of those antisocial people, but everyone that we're targeting, I'm just like go away, okay? It's all right if I make fun of you, but just stay back there.
I think they're gonna be after me because of how I talk shit about their fandom.
Oh,
I'm
fuck
the
their
one who's
fandom.
usually fight
I'd
or
rather
the
go play
community.
TF2 than play Overwatch. I really would. It's the same game, right?
Kind of, yeah. The style's different, but yeah.
Oh,
To me, I honestly feel that it's the same thing. To be honest, I feel that's what I personally feel. But yeah,
so let's move on.
it's all right then.
Yeah, let's move on to part two of the podcast where we talk about Paladins. Now, I heard that Paladins is a really good game. Do you agree, Adam?
No,
Moving on to part three, we're gonna be talking about Battleborn. Adam, do you like Battleborn?
no.
Oh.
That game
Uh,
died. Like that game was killed by Overwatch.
those are other, yeah, those games were just, they weren't created by
But
Blizzard, so I
anyway,
care.
do you have anything serious about film? Like, do you wanna? Because like I have a lot of things. Like, do you want me to discuss the events of the game? Like these little events, like I don't know, Summer Olympics or something like that.
Summer Olympics.
There,
This
no,
reminds me of Rocket.
that's a bad example. Let me give a better one. There's Halloween, there's Christmas, it's all these
This
other events.
reminds me of just any other esport. Every esport has seasons and stuff like this. Do you get like skins and stuff?
Yeah, you get new skins and
Yeah, yeah. Then it's exactly just like any other esport. Thinking about it,
yeah, but this one is that the old skins it'll cost like, let's say the event is new, then the epic skins will cost like 3,000. You can actually buy skins with like currency in the game. Say if you get duplicates, you can spend that on in sprays for like 25 whatever on skins.
what are the
Well,
sprays?
it's just I don't know why they implemented sprays. I honestly don't know. I think it's shit. I honestly don't know why they implemented sprays. Like TF2, their sprays, they have user created sprays. These are just like a downgraded sprays. Like you don't have your custom one on.
Are they
You
like
have
a
to.
144p image?
No, it's hand drawn by actual artists that actually got their art and career from Overwatch. I'm not even joking.
uh, now something that I also find really funny about Overwatch is now that it's actually a league more than just what it was before, just a game. Before it came the whole esports type thing. Is I really found it funny how it could run on a toaster computer. I really did. So like everyone had access to this game, and yeah, it spawns more salty people in the world. To be honest,
On PC, it's the worst place to be on.
I've seen
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
And console is also the worst place. Yeah, like PC, it's like fucking no man's land, World War One, and PS4, it's like World War Two, fucking Pearl Harbor and Omaha Beach.
The Overwatch community is saltier than the ocean.
Indeed, some say you can still hear the screaming and the salt.
The salts, yes. If you ever, go to pour salt on your French fries and there's no more salt in the kitchen, you can blame the Overwatch community. They took all your
You
salt.
can just get the Overwatch cream and pour your salt on the French fries, you know.
You can, you really can. Salt from
And
the,
that's the thing. That's the thing. When people criticize the game, they say this, "Oh, that's just full of salty people." Well, that's literally the fucking game. Like if you just, if you play it right, I guarantee you there's gonna be that one guy like screaming and such shit. In competitive, that's where the real game is in competitive and quick match. A lot of people go for competitive because they want to get like gold skins or want to get on top 500 yeah, top 500, which is one of the best players on there. Yeah, best players who pick fucking healer
now,
and tank.
another cringe thing that I've seen in the game, I've seen from a lot of people is I think what are they, the custom servers where it's like 18 plus only, and
Yep. Nobody like the shits are like ancient. Nobody goes on that.
dark
Like,
RP.
yeah, nobody literally goes on that one. You just go on there reading the funny shit, and it's just so cringe. Like that if you want to know if you really want to know what like this game's all about, just get up to the fucking custom servers and just read off like the title of the servers. It's gold. And it's funny because Blizzard doesn't acknowledge it, and that's another thing with Blizzard. They don't acknowledge that, but with this is funny actually. What they do acknowledge is that the game is. They know the game is fucking toxic. They know. They try their best. They try their best to like ease it down. So they gave console the report feature of reporting players from console, and
How has that worked out for them?
Well, how it worked out was literally every time I pick soldier or somebody else picks a hero, they'll some guy will just yell, "Dude, I'm gonna fucking report you, asshole, for picking Hanzo." That's it.
Uh,
That's it. And that's it. And most of the time they will report you and yeah, and you'll get fucking banned.
well, and what I was saying earlier is that the salt that you're gonna be pouring on your French fries, it's not just gonna be from their their attitude and stuff, but it's also gonna be from the semen from the Rule 34 community.
What the fuck?
That's where it's gonna be. You're gonna taste all of it, both
So
types of
you're
salt.
gonna so you like tasting salty semen?
No,
Is that where it's going out?
no,
Salty
no.
semen.
No, that's just part of the community. I typed in Overwatch and I clicked images and I got porn. I didn't want this. I really didn't. I really didn't. I would have shown it if
Oh
I
yeah,
wouldn't get like
what
ad
I did
blocked.
in one was some fucking grown ass man yelling at me and fucking or yelling at whoever fucking Overwatch. Now I know like people are gonna be like, "Oh, this is from your experience, huh?" But dude, this is literally I have the same experience as fucking everybody else who's played it. So you should like probably go on to fucking Reddit or something or watch a video. It's like, dude, like seriously, like come on. Fuck.
Oh, well. In conclusion, the Overwatch community is a salty bunch, and I I um I wouldn't say that I wouldn't associate with them. I just would let them be. I would let them be.
I would let them be too. That's the only way to let these, just to not give them attention and yeah.
Yeah. Well, that is it.
All right.